welcome here to a very special edition of Sonny and D. Sonny Spear and myself, Dan Tortora, here with you, and celebrating for the first time on Sonny and D, Binghamton High School, here with Bill Meade of the swimming program, who told us that 5 decades Bill has been involved with swimming here in the community. And, of course, Sonny and D, a product of Wake of Call, proudly presented by Progressive Dental. And in just a few minutes, we'll have Katie Wagaman and Ava Olsian on the show as well. And I'm very excited to have them both coming up. Bill, how are you?
Good. Everything's fine.
Now, 50 years of being connected to the world of swimming, what keeps you in it?
Well, it's what I like to do. You know, I've always swam. I swam in college, and I like coaching Binghamton because I feel that if we good swimmers, kids that can accomplish things, I don't like to see them move away. I like to, bring them through and make them champions. And if they're willing to work hard, we've produced quite a few champions over the years.
What is without, maybe giving away anything competitively, what is some of the secret sauce, so to speak, of having success over 5 decades?
Oh, you stay on top of things. You read all the stuff that comes out. You watch all the top swimmers. You learn what they're doing, and you try to apply it to your program. There's always advances in swimming. Swimming, they say, is 20, 30 years behind track and field in scientific research. And there's always new stuff coming out. They advance things, and we use everything we can that comes out to help us train the swimmers and make them faster.
What are some of the things that you attend, like seminars and clinics? What kind of things are available for swimming?
Well, there's all kinds of things going on all the time. We try to get to coaches' clinics if we can, but mostly we're the leading edge. They come to us.
Great. Well, talk about, you said earlier that the Olympic swim team was here and you were able to bring the coaches in. Talk a little bit about that experience.
Well, we had a good team, and a couple Olympic coaches were in town, and they came in and worked with the kids for a couple of days. And his name was Drew, South Philadelphia. He was the stroke and turn coach for the 92 Olympics, I think, and he came in and worked with the kids and really helped a lot, just a couple of days with them.
So now yourself, you have someone that helps you as well, right?
Yep. My brother works with me, Tom, and Chris Marshall works with the divers, and Mary Pat Keenan, she does the modified, and Liz Kozel, she does the modified. They're both products of the Binghamton program. My brother and I are products of the Binghamton School District, and we enjoy working with the kids.
What's some of your favorite strokes that you like to teach?
My specialty, I like to teach freestyle mostly. That's a challenge for every kid. When they first start, they're all swimming freestyle, and if you can teach them to hold the water and get them strong, if they have an affinity for another stroke, they'll usually pick it up quick, and they'll start doing that.
What is some of the toughest strokes to teach? I know when my daughter swam as an 8th grader, she was long and lean, so she did the short sprints for the freestyle, but they also wanted her in the butterfly, and I remember that being just brutal. So.
Well, yeah, the butterfly is a strength stroke. The breaststroke is a technique stroke, and the backstroke's a technique stroke more than the freestyle. Where the freestyle, a lot of times in a sprint, you can hammer down on it.
What are some of the things you do in the off season?
Well, we like to train the kids pretty much year-round. The ones that want to train, we have a summer program. The city of Binghamton has 5 pools, which is unusual for any city, I think. And the kids go to the pools, and we try to learn the swim lessons. And each pool will run a swim team in the summer, and then we run a competitive stroke training at the high school at night, pretty much all during the school year. So the kids, if they want to come down and train, they don't have to come every day. They all got scouts or something they have to do 1 or 2 days a week. But if they get in there in the off season and stay with us, they'll do a lot better, especially in swimming.
What made you fall in love with the art of swimming? What was kind of that initial moment for you?
Well, we used to go to the Y till we were 9. The boys club built a brand new pool, and that was an attraction. We used to go there all the time and swim. you know, the guy that ran the program there, he was just like us. He wanted, you know, he arranged meets. We would travel. We'd go different places. I mean, a lot of us, you know, we get on a bus and just go. The Otaka, I think he was the forerunner of Schaefer busing. He would get a bus and off we'd go.
And you spoke about coaching with your brother Tom. What's that dynamic like, having him there with you?
Oh, he's a top coach. He's, you know, his specialty is exercise physiology, and he specializes in mental training and EFT and all kinds of things that he does with different special athletes come to him. And he trains a lot of them individually with that throughout the year. But he's one of the top coaches in the world, really. He got credit for inventing the bucket training that you see, everybody working strength training. It's specific to the sport. He wrote a paper back in 1976 on it, and that, you know, everybody in the country is using them now. We're working with a bubbling system, a program that thins the water about 30% so the arms can move faster through it. And I don't know if you know it, but once you gain speed in your arms, you never lose it.
Yeah.
It's like if you learn when you're young to do something that requires a lot of speed, it'll stay with you your whole life. So you develop this. It's something you have to develop. And the bubble system allows kids to almost double their strokes per minute. It's not a technique builder. It's just build strength into the fast twitch muscle fibers. And it's something that you really can't do in regular water. The Olympic team has a drill they do on dry land, which they do arm circles, but only about 20% of the athletes can do that. It tears their arms up.
Yeah.
Tears your shoulders up. But in the water, with the thinner water, it doesn't seem to hurt anybody's shoulders. It's pretty good for older people too, building speed. It works pretty good for, I go on it. It's helped me.
You know, in this passion that you've had in all of these different pieces, you know, coaches that have been brought in, what you said about your brother Tom, what you've done, and then, you know, this you know, bubbling system with the water and trying to make it more efficient for everybody and better on your arms. So many things are coming right out of Binghamton here in upstate New York. Just what you could say about that's, you know, swimming in and of itself has kind of a home here in our community, and that, you know, there's different techniques, there's different things that, you know, you've spoken about that are used around the country now that came from this community.
Well, change comes hard. I mean, they don't accept it. It's hard. Change comes hard to everybody. I mean, it's like ultra short race pace training. The Olympian, Andrew, you know, the Olympians will get up and go, well, he does something about speed training. They act like they don't know what it is. They all know what it is. They just don't do it yet. You know, and he trains it faithfully. And I think in 4 years from now, when he shows back up at the Olympics, he'll be doing a lot better. He'll be a lot stronger.
And coming from Bill Meade, we're going to bring on Ava and Katie now. Bill, we appreciate it and thank you. And I'll hand it off to you, Sonny, as we have these.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. As we have our community student athletes come up here from Binghamton. Okay, we'll have you.
Okay, come on down. Don't be shy.
Just one at a time? Or both?
We can bring them both.
You can take the mask off if you want, girls.
So let's get everybody set up here and on screen. You guys will share this microphone. So, Katie, how are you? We'll start with you.
I'm good, thank you.
You're doing well. Fair enough. So you saw, I mean, obviously you saw Coach come up here talk about a lot of different pieces of, you know, his connection to this art of swimming and to, you know, what it can be around the world, different techniques, different things that can be utilized. How important is it for you in your personal life to have a coach like Bill Meade?
I mean, not only just in swim, but Bill tends to give us lots of anecdotes, tells us lots of fun facts, just general facts like that. But he also teaches us like a lot of perseverance and stuff like that, just good qualities to have in life.
Ava, what would you say you take the most from Coach Meade?
I think he's a really great coach. He always has something to share, and he tells really funny stories too.
What are some of these stories about?
Oh, just all sorts of different rants. I couldn't even start on them.
Different rants. All right.
Fair enough. I had enough.
Different rants. That's an interesting answer.
I like that answer.
How long? Okay, start with you. How long were you, or have you been in Coach Meade's programs?
I think I started doing his swim club in 5th grade. So it'll be about 7 years now.
Okay, and this is your senior year, right?
Yep.
That's great. Ava, how about yourself? When did you start?
I started swimming for Binghamton in the 7th grade.
And you had coach?
Yeah, Coach Bill.
Okay, well, stay with you. What were some of the biggest impact things that coach gave to you?
Just all the different technique tips throughout the year really helped me to get to where I am now, I'd have to say.
And what stroke and what are some of your favorites?
I'm a sprint freestyler and I do the breaststroke too.
Okay. All right, Katie, how about yourself? What were some of the things that coach imparted upon you over the years? What are some of the key things that you think he's given you?
I mean, it's kind of hard to pinpoint exactly what. There's lots of things where I'm just like, who told me this? And it's probably Bill, but
See? He likes coach. What are some of the strokes that you like to do?
I mean, I do freestyle for our competitions.
Yeah. And with you doing, freestyle for the competitions and whatnot, where did your passion start? Where did it all come from for you? When did it start as well?
I mean, I've been swimming for a very long time, like beyond doing competition and stuff like that. Like I remember as a kid, I would swim at the YMCA with my family. I joined the swim club because my sister did modified swimming and I wanted to do it too.
Yeah.
So.
Who's better, you or your sister?
Probably her.
Okay, fair enough. Why would you say that?
I mean, she was just generally faster. She was good for just going fast. She used to be on the track team before her knee got screwed up.
How has your relationship kind of grown as sisters sharing in the world of swimming? I mean, do you feel like that's maybe given you a different element to your connection?
I mean, not particularly. We had swimming to bond with like before. We were only on the same team for a year before she graduated.
Okay, all right. Ava, for you, where did it all start? When did you fall in love with it?
I've been swimming ever since I was little, and I always loved the sport, so I kept on doing it.
What can you say about, representing Binghamton for the high school? What does it mean to you to wear Binghamton across your chest?
It's nice, having a team and being able to support the school and having fun. So,
what does it mean to you to be a part of this team? How would you maybe describe the culture of the team or the environment of the team?
I love everybody on the team. They're all super nice and we're all super supportive of each other, and it's a great opportunity I've had to swim for them.
And Katie, what about you? How would you define Binghamton swimming and what this team has meant to you?
I mean, I think that as a swim team, we've made like a nice community. Every year we get along great. We have lots of fun. Like even at meets, when we're away at meets, we'll go on bus rides, and on the way back we'll share lots of jokes. We'll laugh a lot. It's a good time.
Okay. In the off season, do you participate in any other type of swimming clubs or groups? Or I know with basketball and other sports, there's AAU and there's, other like travel sports. Do you do anything like that in swimming?
Not for swimming, no. I sometimes will go to Bill's swim club, but I'm also I've been in advanced classes for like all of high school, so I don't have much free time after school.
And we were talking a little bit before. Talk about some of your other curricular activities. Talk about your music and some of those things.
I play trumpet for the Binghamton High School's band for their. They have about 4 bands for like wind instruments.
Mm-hmm.
There's 2 jazz bands and 2 concert bands, and then I'm also in their steel drum band.
Fantastic. Now, does anybody in your family have that, or where did where did that originate?
My dad plays tuba and my mom plays violin.
Oh wow, we got to stop over. Have a little concert. There's three instruments there. Okay, Ava, how about yourself? In terms of the extra sporting activities, are you involved? I mean, with coaches' club teams? Are you involved with any travel swim teams? Talk a little bit about what else you do.
Yeah, during the off season I swim for Union Aquatic Swim Club.
Okay, I'm a little familiar with that. Okay, so do you compete locally, or are you traveling with that?
Mostly locally against other club teams in the area.
Okay, so when you're practicing and training, do you train for different events, or are you pretty much sticking to the sprint? Those things.
During the main season, like right now, I mostly focus on my personal main events to train for.
Mm-hmm. On the other season, are you trying to do different things or no?
Yeah, I practice basically everything during the off season.
Okay. Any aspirations to continue?
Swimming?
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope to swim in college eventually.
Fantastic. Katie, how about yourself?
I think it would be nice to be able to be on the swim team during college, but I don't know if I would be a great addition to a team.
And we were talking earlier, and I just want you to say it so everybody can hear you. What was the university that you were looking at?
I'm mainly looking at Syracuse.
Syracuse.
University.
Okay, Syracuse University. Just want to get that out there.
Not Georgetown.
Little plug for Mike Orangeman. That's great. And what was the field of study you were looking at?
I'm mainly looking into forensic sciences.
That's fantastic. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's incredible. And Katie, I'm going to stick with you here for a second. You have a family full of instruments, looking at forensic science. I mean, there's a lot of things that you're challenging yourself to do. Have you always been that way? Do you like to kind of put a lot on your plate and have a piece of a lot of different areas? Is that how you've always been?
Yeah, I've always been put into a lot of different clubs and activities and stuff. And like my mom would put me in, I was in Irish dance for like 8 years. It's just always been a thing that I've done. I've always had something to do.
You're gonna thrive in college. You're gonna do great. If you're not afraid to do anything, you're gonna do great in college.
Is there something you haven't done yet that you want to do?
I mean, there's a lot of experiences that I think could be offered at college. Like, I'd like to be able to join. Like, a big reason for me looking into Syracuse University is because they have the marching band, and they don't have that at Binghamton, and that's something that I would like to try. So.
Yeah, that's pretty incredible what we get to say. Ava, for you, what can we expect? Are you a jack of all trades as well? Or is there a lot of things that you get into besides the swimming world?
Oh, no, not really. I ski, but that's about it.
How often do you ski? Is it something that you're doing all throughout the winter a few times, or?
Yeah, I try to get up to Greek Peak as much as I can.
Okay. How would you describe your style? I haven't skied since I was like 7 years old, so how would you describe what you can do? And do you feel comfortable enough out there that you could do do you ever do any tricks?
No, I'm not a trick sort of
Okay.
person.
You can test yourself in that way?
No.
Is there a place that you'd like to go to ski? I mean, is anywhere in the world, is there somewhere that you'd like to travel to?
I mean, definitely, like, would love to ski out west again because it's beautiful up there.
Where'd you go?
I went to, like, I can't remember the exact place, but it was in Nevada and California I went to.
Okay. Fair enough. Well, a final note here. It's called Tell Me Something Good. And Ava, I want you to tell me something good here about Katie. What makes her a good teammate? What makes her a good friend? How would you describe her?
Katie always has a joke and is always making me laugh at practice, definitely.
Okay, fair enough. Katie, tell me something good about Ava.
Ava's a very easy person to talk to. She's very inspirational. She gets you to be optimistic a lot, even in like the most ridiculous situations.
How does she inspire you?
She's just generally optimistic. She looks on the bright side of things. She's nice to like everyone on the team, no matter what's happening with her or with them or anything.
That coming from Katie Wagaman as well as Ava Olsian and Coach Bill Meade. For Sonny Spira, myself, Dan Tortora, this is Sonny and D, a product of Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora, brought to you by Progressive Dental. And we're here on 51 Front Street in Binghamton. You can go to any one of the 5 locations and get more information at progressivedentalny.com. Ava, Katie, thank you. Appreciate it. And Coach as well, thank you. And a shout out to Tom and to the entire staff, and a shout out to Binghamton. We'll have more coming up here on Facebook and YouTube right after this, as the volleyball team will be joining us from Binghamton as well. Thank you all. Appreciate it.
Thanks, ladies.